Welcome to Dating and Confused, Episode 1. I'm Steve, the fiance and future husband of Stacy, the creator of this Getting What Every Woman Wants page. And this Dating and Confused show is for the single women out there that are just ready to pull your hair out because you don't know if you're coming or if you're going. You don't know what's going on. Nobody seems to have the answers, and nobody seems to be getting what they want. Well, I understand. And truthfully, from what I see, it's just sad, and I feel sorry. It just blows my mind to see intelligent women making horrible mistakes. One of the main ones being just choosing the wrong people. You can't start out with something that should have never began and then pour everything you have into that person and expect for it to all somehow work out. But a lot of that is going on. A lot of situations you see, they're interesting because you have this power struggle and this battle where these two people are trying to get what they want from each other, and it's interesting for TV, but trust me, it's not what you want to do. It's not what you want to waste your time or yourself doing. So I just personally see a lot of cluelessness out there, and if I had to describe the state of dating out there, I would say that there's a lot of cluelessness. There's no point of reference. There's no foundation of good advice that women are following. Where they're getting this advice from, I don't know. But there's just a cluelessness. When it comes to morals, the whole line of what's moral has become so blurred that these relationships aren't being built on morals. And you want those good things that morals bring to your relationship, like respect and love and consideration, but those are the fruits of morals and being moral. Morals usually allude to goodness and virtue, and women are wanting good and virtuous relationships, but they're not doing good and virtuous things. It just doesn't make any sense. You want a relationship that has boundaries, but you don't have any boundaries when it comes to your personal conduct. A lot of what I see, it's just chaos. And out of this chaos is supposed to spring some wonderful modern day fairy tale where this guy who admittedly cheated, this guy who was at the club looking for a one night stand, all of a sudden, through days and long weeks and months of fun, decides that he wants to give it all up in order to treat one of these women who just so happened to cling hard enough to him that she's still in his life. He wants to treat her like a queen and be faithful. And like one day after he totally neglects every one of your feelings and you still give him whatever he wants, and he's realizing that he can get whatever he wants from you at such a low cost to him, emotionally, mentally, in terms of giving respect or anything. And he's like, you know what? You'd make the perfect wife. And sadly enough, some guys do think that, but they're thinking that for no reasons that would be of a benefit to you. It's just crazy. And what you see is a struggle of people trying to make good situations out of bad ones. You see people trying to make bad people do good things, and it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, to me, it just looks like, okay, we're going to go out here and we're going to just be everything that we think that the ones that we're interested in wants, and we're going to act like it's all fun, but in the back of our minds we want something, And slowly but surely we'll get that if we just give enough. Newsflash, not gonna happen. You can not, through your givingness and everything that you are, make him into something that he does not want to be. It doesn't work that way. You're not gonna perform in some like secret operation on his soul that turns him into something that he didn't even know he was going to be, and you have this perfect guy because of the kindness of your heart. Trust me, men want you to believe that. I'll tell you exactly how that's going to go. You give till there's nothing left, and you end up used and tired and just a little bit less of what who you want to be with would want to be with. You know, you are not an infinite resource. Every time you deal with somebody, you're either going to come out better or you're going to come out worse. You're going to come out with more, you're going to come out with less. And I see a situation where people keep dealing with all the wrong people. Then they find themselves just so tired, and they just want this Prince Charming who is probably not going to be filling you as much as he would if you weren't a victim of so many different circumstances. Because so much is gone. It ends up developing into a desperation when you have a lot of quote-unquote good women who look good on the surface on paper who for some reason are desperate because I don't know why I can't find a guy. I'm just so beautiful that good guys don't approach me. That's not true. That's the furthest thing from the truth. The truth of the matter is you're just dating and confused. You're not sure about what you're doing, and very rarely, very seldomly will somebody who doesn't have a clue just stumble upon something priceless and something of value. So that's the good news and the bad news, is that there is an answer, but you have to dedicate yourself to finding out what the answers are and then actually doing what it takes to apply them properly to your life. And that's what Stacy and I are here to do. Speaking of the whole approaching thing, I approached her. It was a very, very normal situation that should happen. When a man who's really a man and who believes in doing what a man should do, which is getting and going after what you want, went after what he wanted. I had observed her from a distance. I had an idea of what it would take to get her attention. I knew it would take what I would call at that time my top-notch efforts, if you will. And that's what I did. When the time came, I was in no particular rush. As most good men are, we sit back and we watch because we don't want to end up in a situation where we're either unhappy or we have to unnecessarily hurt somebody's feelings because we know that they're probably going to be into us, most likely, because we're good people and we know it. So we move a little slower. But when I made my move, it wasn't slow. I went up, I gave it my best efforts, and here we are, 6 years later. And that's how it works. Good guys who you'll be interested in, real men aren't deterred by beauty, they're attracted to it. So that whole myth of too pretty to be approached is no. You're just not, for some reason, vibing with a guy who wants to step up and step up to that plate for whatever reason from his observations. I'm telling you, guys sit back and they watch, and guys are way more perceptive and intuitive than they would want you to know. They know a lot more than you think they know by the time they approach you. And I'm just giving you some insider information. It's the things that are going on inside of you and who you really are underneath the surface that is going to pull that person in, and that's what we are here to promote for you to build. And there are a ton of resources on this page for you to take advantage of. And I just really want to extend this offer for you to get involved. If you thought up to this point that this was just some page by people getting random information and they come up with this story. No, this is real. Stacy is real. I am real. We are together, and everything we're saying here is true, and we are here to help. This is something that she was very excited about doing for women. You know, she is a huge advocate of women. So much so that, I mean, it's changed my life. You know, she gave me so much more insight into women, which just made me want to be a better guy for her, better than I already was. But this is real. You know, her experiences are real. This knowledge that she's giving you is real, and it works. And it works on good men. That's one thing I have to say about this dating stuff out here. You have these people trying to give you advice on how to just get any man, or how to get the wrong man to be the right guy. It's just ridiculous. It's going to have you running in circles and wasting your time, your life, and all your precious resources. But this is, you know, she's somebody who has lived it, and I can attest to it. It's just effective. It just makes plain sense. It's not magic. It's about being someone who, first and foremost, you would love, and then waiting for somebody who can see that in you, that person that you've built up over the years, and they want to add that to their life. It's really that simple, and it works. And everything she's telling you is true. It works on good men, and I want to go deeper into telling you why, you know, from a good man's perspective of why it works. So next time, on the next episode, we're going to look a little bit more into some of the huge blunders that people are doing in the dating world, if you want to call it that. This episode, we covered the fact that a lot of it just has to do with choosing the wrong person. You can't make pancakes out of omelet ingredients. You can't do it. People are willing to change, and people will change, but that's something that only they can do, and no amount of covert, undercover loving and transformation of the hearts, that stuff does not exist. It does not exist, and I strongly encourage you to stop trying it. And because, I mean, all it's going to do is just make you more acclimated to attracting more of that. You're going to get in tune with all the wrong guys. That's all it's doing. If you spend, just like they say, you lay down with the dog and you get fleas. If you spend your time with the wrong guys, that is the vibe you're going to get tuned into. By the way, if I say something here that you want more insight into, because there's just tons of, oh wow, I never thought of that, I want to know more. If I say something like that, feel free. That's what the page is for. Write it. Write a comment. Ask a question. I'll incorporate it on the page or in the next show, you know, depending on how many people are asking questions and which ones I think are most helpful. But take advantage of the resources on this page. One of the biggest resources here that's ready for you to take advantage of, that would give you immediate benefits, is the 30 Days of Power Challenge. It's located, if you're at a laptop and you can see the tabs at the top of the wall, it says Take the Challenge. It's located in the tab section. If not, if you can't see that, if you're on a tablet or something, then I posted the link within this post above this video. So take advantage, ask questions. We're here to help, but we can only help if you let us know where you need more help. But in closing, I just want to pose this question. Do you think it's because of the lack of positive male role models, fathers in some cases, or just some man where women can say, hey, that's what I want in a guy? That's how it used to be. People had wonderful fathers for them to have the example set of how a man treats a woman, and they're attracted to that. So do you think that that's a part of the problem? You know, with a lot of families growing up without the father and that role model isn't there? Let me know what you think. You can either post your answer at the bottom of this video or in the comment section at the top of the wall. And until next time, love yourself and always do what's in your best interest, because nobody can do those two things for you.